Hello and welcome to This Week with Ajaz Haque. It is Saturday, 24th of July 2020. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you have so far not subscribed, I request you to please do so. Today we have some important issues to cover. First is the changing world order and how the power is shifting from west to east. Secondly, the situation in the South China Sea. And third, the Iran and Iran-China alignment, and Afghan dialogue that's about to start about the new pattern of government in Afghanistan. Abdullah is coming to Pakistan, and we will provide a COVID update and then the financial markets update. The changing world order, United States has dominated the world ever since the Soviet Union broke up and been the sole superpower in the world. But now it seems that China is leapfrogging, and its economy is generally said that it will go past the US economy within 6 years. And China is also flexing its muscle. Now, US is desperately trying to reduce its influence by bringing in Japan, Australia, India, Philippines into their grouping. But it seems like a futile effort because US is so far away. It's no longer a situation of who has more ships or more aircraft, because Chinese have come this far without firing a single bullet at anybody else. Whereas America has got itself involved into wars, in totally futile wars in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Libya, in Syria. They have destroyed their resources, and just to keep their defense industry going. And the politicians, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, they followed exactly the same line. Donald Trump has tried to withdraw, but he is not bold enough, or he did not have strong enough support to withdraw from all the wars that the US is involved in. So it's very interesting how the realignment is taking place. India is somewhere in the middle. They're trying to align with the US, but they're beginning to realize that their future might be within the region, i.e. living at peace with its neighbors rather than being the frontman of the United States. Now, in South China Sea, the situation is somewhat dangerous. US is moving its aircraft carrier. China has moved its aircraft carriers. Not that they're likely to go to war anytime soon, but still a mishap can lead to a war, as it has happened in the past. So hopefully both sides will exercise restraint, and they will not bring the world to an end, or at least not cause damage, loss of life for each other. I think it's very important that both nations show responsibility, and being the world leaders, they need to ensure that there is peace in the world. The Iran-China alignment, Chinese have very quietly established a significant position in Iran, as the US had left that door open. Many US politicians have been complaining about Trump's policies of breaking the nuclear peace agreement with Iran, and then excessive sanctions. So the Chinese have walked in, found the door open, and have offered all kinds of incentives, investments with $400 billion, some say maybe even $600 billion. And this is impacting India's influence in Iran, as India is now out of two projects, the railway project as well as an gas field project. However, they're still in the Chabahar port project. It remains to be seen if that remains intact. Iran has made a long-term deal with China, 25 years, and China has secured sources of energy from Iran at discounted prices. So it may turn out to be a win-win situation for both countries. Now, the Afghan dialogue is about to start in Qatar. The prisoner release, which Mr. Ashraf Ghani was dragging his heels on, is almost over. There's apparently a very small number left. The Afghan government was to release 5,000 of the Taliban prisoners, and the Taliban were to release 1,000 of Afghan government prisoners. I believe they've reached about 95-96%, and the rest probably will happen very soon. The Taliban have appointed a new head to lead the peace agreement, and Mr. Abdullah is the chairman of the peace committee from the government side, and he'll represent all the government and other parties. Hopefully they will come to an agreement where instead of what happened in the past in Afghanistan, all sides will come to an understanding and there will be a government of majority, but the minorities will be accommodated, the women will continue to work, continue to be educated, and there will be no excessive Taliban culture as was experienced before. Afghanistan needs peace. It's been at war for years and years, and I think it's time for Afghan people to reap the dividends of peace. Now, Mr. Abdullah is expected to come to Pakistan shortly, and this is a good sign because he has usually represented the Northern Alliance, which has been at odds with Pakistan, but it now seems that with the new realities, both Pakistan and Abdullah have realized that they need to work together, and this is excellent. Now, with the COVID situation update, in Pakistan there are 272,000 cases, and out of those 237,000 recoveries, which is 87%. And the deaths are 5,787, which is about 2.12%. In the United States, the COVID reported cases are 41.9 million. The recoveries are 12.6 million, which is about 30% compared to 87% of Pakistan. But the death rate in the United States is extremely low, at 148,000, which is 0.35% compared to Pakistan's 2.12%. And now a wrap up of the financial markets. S&P 500 was flat and it closed at 3,215. Nasdaq was down 1.35% on the week and closed at 10,363. FTSE was down 2.7% and closed at 6,123. Mumbai Stock Exchange was up 3% and closed at 38,128. Shanghai Stock Exchange was down about 0.5% and closed at 3,197. Pakistan Stock Exchange was up 0.75% at 37,607. And finally, TSX, the Toronto Stock Exchange, was down 1% and closed at 15,997. This is all for this week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. If you see a different background, it's because I'm in Lahore and not in my usual surroundings. Next Saturday, my video will come from Karachi. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like the videos, please share with your friends, and please subscribe if you've not subscribed, and press the bell icon so that you get the latest updates.